Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at one of my all-time favorite movies, Heat. And that's coming up in just a moment. Hey guys, welcome back to the 5R Show. I'm your host, Raymond. And like I mentioned before, today we're going to be taking a look at Heat, one of my favorite movies of all time. And this is just a simple modern media review. So what I have here are two Asian formats of the movie Heat. Unfortunately, at the moment, I have not been able to find Heat on VHS. And that is going on 7 years now. So it's going to take a while. But I was fortunate enough to find these two formats here. The first I'd like to get started with is the small one here. And I think you'll find this one really interesting. As you can see here, you know, you have Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, Heat. And it is in all Chinese, Michael Mann. But this version is actually from Hong Kong. Now, when I first came across this one, I thought, oh, cool, Heat. Of course, I just grabbed it. I didn't think twice. And I thought, it's a bootleg VCD is what I first originally thought. But when I took a closer look at it, I realized, no, this is not a bootleg. And in fact, this is an official Warner Brothers release. And here, it says it down here, which is really hard to make out, but it says distributed by Warner Home Video, 27th floor, Oxford House, Taikoo Place, 979 Kings Road, Quarry Bay, Hong Kong. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a VCD. It is an official Hong Kong Warner Brothers copy of Heat. So this is an official one. It is not a bootleg like I thought. Now, unfortunately, didn't come. Well, let's open it up. It did not come with a pamphlet or anything, but it does have the discs. So this is actually, and like I said before, their official Warner Brothers Regency here. This is a VCD, but it is an official one. This is not a bootleg. It is 100% original, which was shocking to me because I didn't think there would be original version. Now this one is a 3-disc set, okay? And I mean, you guys know what a disc looks like, so simple as that. Yeah, it was very clean. I actually watched this version here. So yeah, beautiful set, very clean. But I found no variation in the movie as I remember it. I've seen this movie maybe close to 40 times. Not 40, but close to. But anyway, there is no significant change or any new footage that I could have noticed right off the bat. It is exactly as I remembered it. You know, you got De Niro, Al Pacino, Val Kilmer, and all the, you know, supporting actors in the movie. It's the same exact thing. And so I just thought it was really cool, you know, to have found a Hong Kong version VCD of Warner Brothers Heat. So that I thought was really cool. All right. So anyway, let's put that one aside for now, and let's get started with the Laserdisc from Japan. All right, guys, and here we have the Japanese version of Heat, and here is the side sleeve that comes with it. So it was released under Herald Regency in Japan. It's a widescreen Dolby Digital. Okay, it has Al Pacino and Roberto De Niro. Heat. Okay, and this is a Laserdisc. It is in mono and stereo. There's 3 sides of a disc. There's a 2-disc set, but there are 3 sides to it, all equivalent to 171 minutes. Of course, this movie was released in 1995 for the low price of about $55. Okay, on the back there's, it's the widescreen scope and a bunch of other stuff. I couldn't get through this if I tried. Dolby Digital, that's all I can make out. Okay, so all right, there's that. Now, at first glance, when you look at it, you would assume that this is just a regular American Laserdisc. And at first, I thought it was. It looks just like an American Laserdisc. But when you flip it to the back, and of course the sleeve also gave it away, you've got all of it in Japanese. Okay, so you've got all of that in Japanese here. Now, there's a chapter index, is a side 1, a side 2, and a side 3. So this is indeed a 2 Laserdisc set. Okay, so look at that. Los Angeles Crime Saga Heat. Really cool. That's just awesome. Here you got Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer. Here you got the cops, Al Pacino. Again, Robert and Val, Al Pacino, and Val with Apatow, or what's her name? I forgot her name. But anyway, they're all in there. Okay, so again, this is the Japanese version. So let's open it up, and the inside provides all the information. Okay, you got De Niro and versus Al Pacino, and then it's got a lot of the production notes down here, again with some black and whites. Production notes here. So I'm assuming this is why they didn't have paperwork, or I could be mistaken and the paperwork was not included in this copy that I got. So here you've got all the supporting characters: Val Kilmer, John Voight, Tom Sizemore, and then this is Michael Mann, the director. So okay, now this movie was just really cool movie. But anyway, let's get into the disc so you can see really quickly what it looks like. And so you've got just a regular disc by Herald. Okay, Regency Herald. And it just says Heat in wide. Okay, so I got lucky and this one is in really pristine shape. It hasn't been used. So yeah, there's that one. And then there's this one. And so this has the side 3 Heat, but I'll pull this one out so you can see. So it's got the side 3 Heat, but on the opposite side there is nothing. So this is like a blank side because they didn't need to use it. Okay, all right, let's put this back. All right, that does it for the discs and all the information inside about the movie itself. All right, and that does it for the inside of the Laserdisc and the discs themselves and the movie sleeve, the VCD here. Okay, so now for me, this is one of my top favorite movies. I'd always liked the new spin on cops and robbers. I think the acting was great. I think the story was great. But anyway, when I saw this movie, it was kind of a funny thing. So I'd just gotten fired from a job. I didn't like it anyway. They didn't like me either. So it was no big loss. But every time I lose a job or quit a job or whatever, I'd go to the movie theater and just go catch a movie and, not worry about anything. And so this particular time, I was fired. And I said, the hell with it. I'm just going to go see a movie today and not worry about anything till later on. So when I went to the movie theater this particular day, I think it was a Tuesday night. It was twilight. So what happened was I went to see this movie, and the funniest thing happened is when I went in, the theater was empty. There was no one in the theater. And it had the surround sound feature. So I sat down with my bucket of popcorn and my drink and my whatever I had at the time. And I'm watching this movie. I was like, oh, it's got a great start already. They get right into it. And all the drama comes out. And so I'm really into this movie, and I see what they're doing, and the plotting, and all the backstabbing, and the theft, and everything. Just everything. Just everything in this movie it felt realistic, and it didn't feel forced. And that's one of the reasons I like this movie so much. But the thing that really caught me, and like I mentioned before, the theater had surround sound stereo. I'm the only one in the theater. It's around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. And I'm watching this movie in the theater by myself. And then the downtown LA robbery scene comes out. And
guns.
I'm listening to the machine gun fire all around me, and I'm just deeply immersed in the movie. And I'm like, oh, wow. This just blew me away, Now, I don't know who you guys are rooting for, okay? Robert De Niro or Al Pacino, At the time, I was, I guess, rooting for both of them, if you could understand that. But that's simply because we both like, a lot of people like both actors. And so I was rooting for both of them. So I didn't want to make the choice. Michael Mann made the choice. And so, yeah, of course, you know who came out on top at the end. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But this movie left me with my jaw on the floor. I will never forget this movie. And one of the things that I love about this movie was a single piece of music from the score at the very end. And the name of that piece is God Moving Over the Face of the Waters. And it was written by Moby. If you'd ever listened to this piece of music, it is just intoxicating. I can go to sleep to that piece of music. I think it is one of the best pieces of music I've ever heard in my life. So, I will leave a link down below for that piece of music. Okay? Anyway, that does it for our modern media review of the Japanese version of Heat on Laserdisc and the Hong Kong VCD version of Heat. So, I'd like to thank you for watching today. I'd like to ask you to please consider subscribing to the channel. Share, like, comment. Let us know what you think. What did you think of this movie? Did you like the performances? Have you ever seen this movie? And who are you rooting for? De Niro? Pacino? Let us know in the comments below. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review. Once again, thank you very much. God bless you all. Take care. And I will see you guys on the next episode of the 5R Show.